The courtroom falls completely silent as the judge begins reading the verdict. You can feel the weight in his voice. Calm, steady, but heavy with finality. He reminds everyone that he has listened to the arguments, heard every witness, and reviewed every detail of the trial. And now, the sentencing begins. There's no turning back at this point.
Okay, this court has sat through the trial, has heard arguments of defense and the state, has listened to the witnesses today, and after considering...
The judge moves quickly. Count 2, felony murder, merges into Count 1. Count 3, aggravated assault, merges. Count 4, felony murder, merges and dismissed. Each line feels like another door closing. The legal system has its rules, and today, those rules are stacking against the defendant.
All of those things, the court will impose sentence as follows. Please stand, Ms. Payne. With respect to count 1, malice murder, the court will impose a sentence of life with a possibility of parole.
Then comes Count 5, false imprisonment, 18 years, consecutive. And Count 6, possession of a firearm during a felony, 5 more years, also consecutive. No breaks, no probation, no leniency. Consecutive means the clock restarts after each one ends. That's real time.
With respect to count 2, felony murder, that will merge into count 1 and is dismissed as a matter of law. With respect to count 3, aggravated assault, that merges into counts 1 and 2. With respect to count 4, felony murder, that merges into count 1 and it is dismissed as a matter of law.
The judge puts it all together. Life with possibility of parole, plus 18 years consecutive, plus 5 years consecutive, a total sentence that stretches far beyond a lifetime. The courtroom feels colder as he reads it aloud.
With respect to count 5, the false imprisonment verdict, the court imposes a sentence of 8 years consecutive. With respect to count 6, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, the court imposes a sentence of 5 years that will run consecutive to the underlying.
Then the judge shifts into legal instructions, the last lifelines the defendant has left. He explains the right to file a motion for a new trial, the right to appeal, and the 30-day deadlines to act. He reminds the defendant she can request a lawyer at no cost if she can't afford one. It's routine procedure, but in a moment like this, it feels like trying to breathe underwater.
Sentence. Count 7 and 8 will merge into count 6. So the court's total sentence is life with the possibility of parole plus 8 years consecutive on the false imprisonment and 5 years consecutive on the possession of firearm during the commission of a felony. And that is...
The judge explains the final option, a habeas corpus petition, usually within 4 years from sentencing. This is the very last legal door someone can knock on. He hands her the paperwork, a physical reminder of how limited her remaining options are.
Court sentence. So I'll remand you again, Ms. Payne, into the custody of the Sheriff's Department. Before I do have some instructions for you, Ms. Payne. You have a right to seek post-judgment relief from your conviction of the crimes, either by making a motion for a new trial in this court and or filing an appeal to a higher appellate court. If you want to file a motion for new trial or an appeal, then you will need to file the said motion or a notice of appeal with the clerk of Superior Court of this county within 30 days. You may want to more fully discuss this with your attorney. If a motion for new trial is made and the court denies it, you will have 30 days from the filing of this order of denial in which to file with the clerk of court your notice of appeal. You have a right to have an attorney represent you on the motion for new trial and the first level of direct appellate review. And if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court will provide you an attorney and a transcript of your trial at no.
The defense asks one last question. Are any of these additional charges going to be probated? The judge's answer is firm. No. Everything is consecutive. No overlap, no suspended time, no relief. This is the moment defense attorneys dread, when there's nothing left to argue.
Cost. In addition, usually you have a period of 4 years from the date of your sentence, which is today, before in this court becomes final to file a habeas corpus petition. The details that can affect the time within which you must file this petition are contained in the copy of this code subsection, and I'm going to ask the deputies to hand that to you. And so you have 4 years from today's date to file a habeas corpus petition.
The state has nothing further. The defense has nothing further. The judge ends the session with one final announcement. The court stands adjourned. And just like that, a trial, a life, and a future all reach their legal conclusion.
Counsels, I can confer with you as to set in a date for the hearing for a motion for new trial. But we can do that once we're adjourned. Okay. Deputy, did you have that?
I just have one question after the name.
Yes.
I noticed you said 8 and 5. Are any of those additional charges or any of that going to be probated?
I believe I was very clear, Attorney Tucker, that they're consecutive.
So it's consecutive to serve.
The life with the possibility of parole. Okay. Anything further from the state?
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
Anything further from defense
No
counsel?
further from the defense.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Payne, you may go with the deputies at this time. With respect to this matter, the court stands adjourned at this time.
Professional summary. This sentencing was the final chapter of a long, intense trial. The judge delivered a clear, structured ruling: life with the possibility of parole, followed by 23 additional years of consecutive sentences. Every count except one merged into the main charge, but the remaining years still stack heavily. The defendant now faces the full weight of the justice system, with only limited post-trial options: appeal, motion for new trial, or habeas corpus. A sobering reminder of how one verdict can reshape an entire lifetime. Call to action. If you want more serious courtroom breakdowns, detailed legal commentary, and real-time reactions to cases around the country, like, share, and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, do you think the judge's sentence was fair, too harsh, or too lenient?